movie is Sweet Liberty. It's a film about the making of a movie, a Revolutionary War romance that's been based somewhat precariously on a serious historical work by a college professor played by Alan Alda. He is appalled when he reads the screenplay and sees that all of his scholarship has been turned into nothing more than Hollywood cliches. But on the other hand, he's intrigued by the glamour of the movies, as he is in this scene where he gets a ride with Michael Caine, who plays the star of the movie that they're making.
Mr. James, I'll take you.
No, I'll be fine, thank you.
Mr. Hodges said you were never supposed to drive yourself.
Oh, really? How odd. Get in, Michael, get in.
Mr. Hodges said I was supposed to drive you.
Tell Mr. Hodges I'll be back in no time at all. I really wish he could read what we write. Watch it. I should never have let you fence without a jacket. But I do these idiotic things. As a result, my life is an absolute mess.
Oh, yeah?
I'd never have put you down the hill if I hadn't been so distracted.
Well, what seems to be the problem?
Well, my marriage, for one thing. I have a wonderful wife and I adore her. But I've been very naughty with several of the ladies in the village. I always do that. It's incredibly self-destructive.
Elliot, there's a...
Elliot, there's a...
Elliot, look out!
Tired? Yes. You know what my problem is? The way they smell. The perfume of their skin, it's so intoxicating. I told my wife I'd never even look at other women if only I could cut off my nose.
What did she say?
She said I was aiming too high.
Caine makes passes at all the local women, and when his wife unexpectedly arrives in town, he distracts everyone with a roller coaster ride.
Enjoy yourself. Michael, if I may, I'd like to have a little chat with Leslie. Go ahead. Change seats with me.
Change seats? We're a mile up in the air.
I have to talk to Leslie.
Go ahead, I'm not moving.
Come on, Elliot. Come on.
Are you crazy? We'll be killed.
Elliot, we better sit down before we get to the top. It could be very dangerous. Get fainted.
Get your leg in. You want to get hurt? What's the matter with you? Great, man. I love it. It's a lot of fun in the movie business, you know?
My God, but you smell delicious.
Elliot, I think your wife suspects something.
No. Not for a second. Give me your lips.
Take your hand off my face. Take your hand off my face. We're dying here. You worried about your face?
The bearded guy in the back seat there is Bob Hoskins. You might remember him from The Long Good Friday. A great performance. In this movie, he plays the screenwriter, or you might say he overplays the screenwriter.
You sure might.
There are a lot of cute moments in Sweet Liberty, funny little passages in the lives of its characters who are sweet and innocent, and pushovers for the temptations of romance and fame. But there are two problems with the movie. The first one, the moments really never add up to anything. The movie is episodic, with each scene paying its own rent but not leading into what comes next. For example, that roller coaster scene. And the second problem, the really disappointing one, is that Alan Alda, who wrote and directed this film as well as starring in it, knows more about making movies than he's telling. Instead of a fresh look here at an industry that he knows from the inside out, what he gives us is just a retread of Hollywood's own cliches about itself.
Yes, the Hollywood people come into town and they play the town for a bunch of hicks. Yeah, we've seen that movie before. I want to say something more about Alan Alda, and that is I don't like his performance in this film. Because you see, what it's really supposed to be is that he is supposed to be one of the hicks. But Alan Alda, as he plays himself, and as we know him, is a star. So what we've got is the stars meeting a star. And Alan Alda, I'm sorry, does not get into his character here. We never once believe he is not Alan Alda. He sort of presides over this movie, obviously because he's the director, he wrote it, this is his project. He's as big as anything in this movie, and I think a little of his ego got in the way of how to make a movie. He should have either cast someone else in the character and made the movie with somebody else, or at least pulled back, because he's as big a star as anyone in this movie.
You know, what I found interesting in the film, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't really belong. For example, there's a little character played by Lillian Gish, who was Alan Alda's ancient mother. Miss Gish is fine, but she doesn't belong in this movie. The character doesn't belong in this movie. Instead of that, they should have had a lot more time devoted to the Michael Caine character, who's the only guy in this movie. Well, I should also add Michelle Pfeiffer, who plays his co-star.
Just don't call her a guy.
They are the right. She's not a guy. That's right. They are the two people in this movie who really have a handle on the angle of it, which is the visiting stars who take advantage of the fact that people are impressed by them so that they can take advantage of the people.
The movie should have been about just the two of them, and Alan Alda should stay out of it.
We both vote thumbs down on Sweet Liberty, the Alan Alda movie about a movie. It has some cute moments, but they don't add up.